Hello, my friends. It is 11:30 on a big ol' what do you call Thursday? Now, I worked 3 days and I am off Sunday, Monday. Well, I had a really great call today, and looks like my retirement's coming through. Won't be too much longer. About 50 days, that's it. And I am happy, my friends. I've looked forward to this since I was about 15. I've worked since I was 14 and a half years old, and I worked 2 years before that cutting wood for my grandfather up in the north. Every summer, I'd go up there and split wood and help cut and do all that, and I didn't get paid anything for any of that. So I've been working for quite a while. I deserve a little bit of a break. And especially with a little bit of the health things I have going on, and even though I've been doing a little bit better and all this and everything else, the time has come to cut my workload down. And so, pretty much, that's right there on the table. I am pretty much right there. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to work, but I don't want to work any more than 3 days a week. And the one good thing about retirement here in California, which is probably everywhere because it's government, you could work 40 hours a week now and be retired if you wanted to. Health-wise, I don't think I have that. I could probably do 24 hours, maybe 30, and that would be fine. I don't think the job I work at is going to allow that, so more than likely I won't be working there once this happens. Pretty close to time, too. Well, after all that, again, a lot of things are going on in the news right now and worldwide that just aren't on TV. And it looks like this is why I'm trying to tell you guys to be ready and prepared, because no one knows. No one knows if they're going to flick that big switch and out goes your power, or or really is an EMP or whatever. But whatever it is could happen anyway. So what you want to do is make sure that you're pretty much prepared for something like that. So if it does happen, maybe you can battery run your internet or have something. And that's why I always say, food, water, supplies, enough for however long to get you through, okay? And doesn't necessarily have to be, whatever. But my stuff is all for maybe a month, 2 months, whatever. You have to go on to different channels if you want to know about prepping, like bigger prepping, okay? So that's what I talk. I always say it because you never know what's going to happen if you're not prepared, okay? So I always pump that out there. Now, another thing I want to go into, because I have a friend of mine, when we're not friends, we're Facebook friends, and I am supposedly an administrator on that site, and I'm saying this so if you watch my videos, you see what I'm saying to you. I sent you a message and you should have wrote me back, not thumbs to me up, and that was it. Right now, I'm not doing anything. I'm not adminning anything. I'm letting it all come. I'm letting it all flow, and whatever it is whatever it is, because you know what? I can't sit there and allow fake to come onto your site, but if you want to allow it, that's fine. I thought we were trying to keep the mysterious Cloud Watcher group off our group. Well, that's not what we're doing. The majority of these new joiners are all from the Cloud Watchers. I'm not going to name him, but he used to go by a name that has Arizona in it. And that has nothing to do with the other Arizona, because they're two different people. But I can't sit by here and approve stuff that to me is so baloney that I can't believe what it is, okay? So the last post was so fake, I was like, really? Somebody else approved it. Here's the bad part. If you have a group on the Dreaded FB and one of your members decides to post a video that's on TikTok, well, the second you go to that video, you have now viewed that person's profile. And they see who did. And Sorry, first time in a while. And it also, the clicks and everything else, it helps them out, especially if they're running a pay site, okay? So I refuse. I'm not going to do that. We're not here to watch clouds. We're not here to, look at fake images and stuff like that. I just can't do that. I'm about reality. And if you're going to post fake images on your site and try to claim that those are the system of Nibiru, oh, it is. Well, sorry, I'm not going to be the guy that's proving all that. I'm still there. I just don't do it. I kick back and decide, you know what? These guys have no clue as to what they're even approving. So there's that. Now we'll go back to the other end. Yes, EMP, whatever. They warn of it, but it could very well end up that they just flick a switch and the next thing you know, your power's gone. Internet's gone. Everything else. So that's why I taught being prepared. After that, again, I'll go back to the beginning of the video. And I got a couple of things that are coming up medically for me. And no one knows anything yet, so we're not putting it out there. Whatever it ends up being, I probably will come on and mention it. But I don't think it came on just because it happened. I think it's whatever it is. But in reality, when I came off the problem I had in my leg, I had really not wanted to go back to work. But the doctor couldn't not approve that he had to, by the way the whole thing ran, I had to go back. Whether or not I wanted to, I had to. So that was that. And I knew I went back to work about a month too early. But anyway, that's all behind me, and I got some other things I got to do. So anyway, I'm going back on the diet kick that I was on before, where I had lost the weight, and I'm only doing a couple of meals a day. Trying to stay away from a lot of foods that give me stomach aches and stuff like that, because it's very easy to have it happen. Now, you see, something big happened in the Ukraine again that Russia did. Oh, Russia, they're so weak. Look at what they're doing. They downed one of their planes and they did all this and blah, 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 blah. But Russia just did something else. See? It's kind of like they allow them and then they do something else to them. You know what I mean? So, anyway, this is the thing that I wanted to go into too, that I went into on the first video that I did, but then I didn't publish it because I just began to go on and it made no sense. So anyway, but it's really funny how a lot of people get like, oh, the Bible, it was written by man and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? No matter what religion you believe in, Hinduism, Buddhism, Mormonism, Seventh-day Adventist, whatever your religion is, Muslim, whatever it is, you have a book. And who was it written by? Men. Now remember, there are different kinds of Muslims. The ones that Malcolm X and Louis Farrakhan are not the same kind of Muslims that were over there in the Middle East. Because Farrakhan kind of believes in UFOs and stuff like that, which I think may be true. But I'm pretty sure the Middle Eastern Muslims don't have that. They may, but I don't think they have that thing. Anyway, their book was written by a guy. In fact, the one here was written by Elijah Muhammad, who is not Muhammad. See what I mean? So there's two. There's two different kinds. So anyway, with all that said, all the books were written by men. So no matter who your book is, it was written by men. Okay? Now, the Bible talks about an event that kind of might happen relatively soon. And I'm just going to leave it at this and put this part in and say, well, it does mention this woman who is leading the war of Armageddon, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Now, had it been 20 years ago, it could have been somebody else that I thought it was going to be, but that didn't happen. So, anyway, that's in the book. A lot of things are happening. And again, just like the EMP or power outages or any of that, if they themselves make it happen, it doesn't matter because it's still happening. You see what I mean? So it doesn't matter because it's still happening. That's all I'm saying. And so no matter what, like I said, no matter what, it's still happening because it's still happening. So Bible or no. But what gets to me is, and I'm not going to name them, but these other guys I've mentioned, the one guy does, but the other guy doesn't. He doesn't believe in the book. Now he practices a martial art, which is probably, because a lot of, Asian religions also involve martial arts. Well, that religion has also got its own book, which was written by old scholar men, see? So, you can't say, because it is, well, I don't believe in the Bible, but then again, everything that you don't believe is going on right now in front of you, see? So, all you can do is watch the stuff unfold. I do believe that if God willing, if I'm actually allowed to still be here in this world, I think that, and I think it's the beginning, the thing they call end times, I'll be alive for. At least the beginning of it. I do believe that'll happen. And like I told you, I had a lot of things that came to light for me, and they've all happened. There's only one thing that hasn't happened, but I won't mention that. And it's just, but it was something that happened before there was any of it, and now there is, so we'll see what happens. Everything else has happened, though. And, you could call it a vision, or whatever you want to say it is, but it's one of the two, or one of the whatever. So, anyway, that's the little synopsis of my video today. I did want to say that I do thank every one of you guys that follows me. I know I probably don't, but you never know. I might have more viewers than 80. But again, like I said, I don't monetize. I don't ask for money. I just do this on my way to work. And maybe if I happen to be home and have something to talk about, I might do it. So there's the thing. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much just a guy who runs a channel, and I just use my own time to do it. I guess I've kind of run out of everything to mention, but there's a lot of things that are going on, and I do think, people kind of poo-poo Mike from around the world, but I think he knows more about things than you think. Everybody says this stuff about him, then why is he so right? Same with Gil. Why is he so right? You say he's so wrong, but he's so right. You got Bob Fletcher. You got the guy that's Arizona. All the things those guys said has happened, or they are. But if they're so wrong, why are they so right? Climate change. There is climate change, but it's due to a pole reversal. And boy, you mention that in any one of these forums or comment on here. Oh, no, they got their own answers for it. No, it's all the same. Sun's never differently. Oh, no. Moon's in the same spot. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing over there to the right of it, even though people have taken pictures. So, it's just crazy. You know what I mean? But a lot of it's happening. And I always refer to Revelations as a time travel book, because if the stuff that in it is happening now that was written a long time ago, and I've put in like examples, like that movie Somewhere in Time where Christopher Reeve goes back by staring at a penny, and he signs his name into a book. Well, if that happened, you know what I mean? And so, people believe in all these extraterrestrials, and they travel through space-time to get here and all of that. But the minute you try to say that we do it, oh, no, that couldn't happen. Well, what do you mean it couldn't happen? Because if it's the future, wouldn't things in the future look different than they do today? Sure. Wouldn't AI be able to figure it out? Sure it would. They're already saying, Mike from Around the World and others are saying that it could very well figure out cures to cancer. So why can't it figure out time? And as long as it's not a physical person and just a robot that does it, how can they say that it hasn't? No one knows that. So anyway, I'm going to sign out of here. I came in. This is about the third week that the main man hasn't been here. Now, that doesn't mean he's not coming in, because it's early and he could be on his lunch. But for now, he isn't here. 3 weeks. That's very weird. Anyway, my friends, peace. I'll be seeing you. You hang in there, and I'll be back.